Hello everyone, this is Daniel Peters and welcome to this Mastery of Metal guitar lesson. I would like to say that this is a comprehensive heavy metal course that will teach you everything about metal, even if you're a junior, just practice. And if you're a senior, then you can just despise me, you probably know better. Yeah, these are not fun, by the way. So I don't smile. I've been criticised for being boring and not smiling and in your face. That's that's what you get. This is about improving your guitar playing. So let's see. This lesson is about tips for playing fast. Now, over the years, I've done many things to try and improve my speed of my playing. As I say in my other videos, you should always refine your speed using the metronome. It's not boring. It's your weightlifting machine that it's just going to help you improve your accuracy and exercise. So metronome, obviously, build up your speed, have a target with BPM. Now, the first thing I'm going to talk about in terms of actual playing, because the metronome is, like a tool, your pick. Small part of your pick, and pay attention to just having a little part of the pick exposed, how you hold your pick, where your hand actually is, and how it's moving, very close to the strings. So you want to experiment and constantly be moving and feeling where it's good. Now, hand position is going to vary from person to person. I looked at a whole bunch of my favorite guitarists like Alexi Laiho and Kirk Hammett and Marty Friedman, all these guys, and I tried different things out, Some of them have weird ways of playing. Everyone's going to play different, but you actually need to work on it. Also, in terms of where your arm is in the position, you need tension. So you don't want to be too stiff and tensing up. And on the other hand, you don't want to be too loose because there's no power. Now, for the left hand, you want to basically have as close contact with the strings as possible. You have to always be like I'm resting my fingers on the strings, barely lifting them, so I'm there. So, to sort of summarize this about your hand position and your pick, you want it to be as close to the strings as possible. Really close, just like a millimeter. If I go between the next string, I'm keeping, there's like nothing there, I'm on the string. Okay, so that's, that's your sort of general working out with the metronome, improving your speed, working on keeping very close to the strings, small part of your pick exposed, and you refine that technique. I hope you understand that and you're following this. Okay, so other tips for playing fast, your guitar setup. You should not have your action too high. I mean, unless you have got like really strong hands, it just helps. I keep my my E string with the bass, the low E string. I always think, is it low? I mean, the pitch is low, but it's actually higher on the guitar if you're looking from top to bottom. Someone probably knows that. But anyway, this E string with the low pitch, I keep mine at about 1.5 millimeters. And for the high pitch E string, I keep that at 1 millimeter. That's measured from the 12th fret. For your guitar action, you want it low and you want to have your neck really flat as possible. And obviously with no buzz, so you know, that's you just need to be able to play everywhere with no buzz. The type of guitar you play is also important. Different necks are just going to be better suited to different players and for playing fast. So I like ESP guitars. This is my ESP FRX. Previously I've had an Alexi Laiho signature and a Kirk Hammett signature. I liked both of those. The necks, generally you want like a thin neck. It's all personal preference, try them out. And yeah, you want to find like a guitar which is suited for playing fast. Strings, I would use size 9. I max out at 10. That's because if you're playing a lot, it's going to, it's just a bit more effort. And you can get a good sound out of 9s. I mean, very chunky. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't bother going to 11s. Okay, so we've touched on obviously exercises to improve your speed using the metronome. Those should be targeted. And we've touched on the hand position and your pick. You know, you need the right type of pick as well. I've got a video about that. Heavy, for playing ultra fast, you know, slightly thicker picks can give you more leverage with a point as well. Hand position. So let's see, what else is there? I think tremolo, you know, for the exercises, tremolo is important, and I think just being able to play the scale fast with a metronome. Okay, now what we're going to do to sort of round this video off, just trying to think, was there any other just general tips for playing fast? I think that was the main ones. I mean, you want, you know, with your hand position, good posture. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'll see if I've left anything out. I'll try and remember it as we go. What we're going to do now is I'm going to just show you the sort of dynamics playing fast with a metronome. So we're going to put our metronome at 160 BPM first. So at 160 BPM, because people think, well, if I've got the BPM faster, I'm playing faster. But that really depends on what you're playing and how you want to play it. And another thing for playing fast, you don't want to be sloppy. So I do a lot of my songs at around 160, probably go up to 180 maximum. But we'll have a look at that. So let's put our metronome at 160. Okay, so first of all, at 160, I always make sure you can hit the beat with your down picking. So if we do 8th notes and then move to 16th notes. Now, I've done like a 7-minute song at 170 BPM and it'll get tiring. So at this speed, if I'm trying to do things like really fast spreading, you can see I'm going pretty fast at 160. Rhythm-wise, if I'm doing something a bit more complex, like playing all those in-between notes, it gets faster. So at this speed, we're sort of focusing on keeping our pick, you know, so it's gliding, in time. But if you're going to be trying to play like a 16th note scale, like, that's pretty hard. I'll try going backwards. That's pretty hard. So what I'm showing you is that having the metronome at a faster BPM doesn't necessarily translate into faster playing, depending on what you're doing. So different things are going to work better at different BPMs. And also depends what you're playing and what you like and how it feels. So now we'll put the metronome at 200 BPM. And just to give you the direct comparison, I'll start the same way as before. So metronome at 200 BPM. Now, same thing, we'll just hone in with our down picking. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, when you've got your metronome at a faster BPM and you're playing faster, this is the thing I forgot. Don't pick heavy, pick light. This is something I'm not so good at, so. Don't want to be picking too heavy. Let's try and get the 16th notes. So I find at this tempo, I'm playing totally sort of different things. It's different feeling. I might play some more. Similar things with my tremolo picking and hammer-ons. Trying to go really fast and just hold with the metronome, it's different. Now, if I'm playing, you know, some like that at 200 BPM, I'm probably not going to be hitting the exact same timing that I was doing at 160. So let's try it out. So you can see at 200 BPM, we're basically playing something different to match in with these notes. And yeah, so even rhythm-wise, it would get tiring to be playing like, you know, a long song with just like... It's, yeah, so we're just sort of considering the dynamics. So that was the point I'd forgotten. Keep your picking light. And even with this down picking at 200 BPM, it's a bit messy. I want to work on, you know, what sort of rhythm I was playing. yeah, sort of, you know, just generally playing different and keeping with the beat. So to summarize my lesson, tips for playing fast, keep your hands left and right as close to the strings as possible. Work on your technique with your pick, with different exercises and with the metronome. I've shown you some examples now at 160 BPM or 200 BPM. Don't pick heavy, pick light when you're going faster. And this is the final thing, which I'd forgotten. You want to be using skill and not brute force, which you refine. So yeah, that's my weak point. I tend to use too much, you know, warmth and brute force. So yes, and I also mentioned the guitar setup and your style of guitar and strings. So I hope that this lesson is useful. I hope you find it some useful tips for playing fast. And yeah, please have fun and refine the techniques that you like. And yeah, like and subscribe so that I get rich from you watching YouTube videos that I make. Have a nice day.